के भव्यांजलि में अर्पित करता हूँ। रक्त टपकती सो सो जोड़ी समरांगण थी आवे, केसर वर्णी समर सेविका कोमल सेज विसावे। घायल मरता मरता रे मातनी आजादी गावे, के घायल मरता मरता रे मातनी आजादी गावे। कोनी वनिता कोनी माता भगिनी टोळे वळती, भगिनी टोळे वळती। शोणित भीना पति सुत वीरनी रणसैया पर लड़ती, शोणित भीना पति सुत वीरनी रणसैया पर लड़ती। मुख थी खमा खमा करती के माथे कर मीठो धरती, मुख थी खमा खमा करती के माथे कर मीठो धरती। थोके थोके लोक उमटता रणजोधा जोवाने, थोके थोके लोक उमटता रणजोधा जोवाने। शाबाशीना शब्द बोलता प्रत्येकनी पीछाने, निज गौरव के रे गाने जख्मी जन जागे अभिमाने। સહુ સૈનિકના વહાલા જનનો મળ્યો જ્યાં સુખ મેળો, મળ્યો જ્યાં સુખ મેળો। છેવાડોને એકલવાયો અબોલ એક સુતેલો, છેવાડોને એકલવાયો અબોલ એક સુતેલો। અણપૂછો યણ પ્રીસેલો કોઈ નોય જાણ લાડીલો, કોઈ નો યજાણ લાડીલો। એનું સિર ખોળામાં લેવા કોઈ જનેતા ન આવે, એનું સિર ખોળામાં લેવા કોઈ જનેતા ન આવે। એને સિંચણ તેલ કચોળા નવ કોઈ બહેની લાવી, એને સિંચણ તેલ કચોળા નવ કોઈ બહેની લાવી। કોઈના લાડકવાયા ને ન કોઈએ ખબર પૂછાવી, કોઈના લાડકવાયા ને ન કોઈએ ખબર પૂછાવી। ભાલયને બસિયો ભરતી લટો સુવાળે સોતે, ભાલયને બસિયો ભરતી લટો સુવાળે સોતે। સન્મુખ ઝીલ્યા ઘાવો મહીથી ટપ ટપ છાતી ચૂતી, સન્મુખ ઝીલ્યા ભાવો મહીથી ટપ ટપ છાતી ચૂતી। કોઈના લાડકવાયા ને આખડી અમૃતની તરતી, કોઈના લાડકવાયા ને આખડી અમૃતની તરતી। કોઈના એ લાડકવાયાના લોચન લોલ બિડાયા, લોચન લોલ બિડાયા। આખરની સ્મૃતિના બે આંસુ કપોલ પર ઠેરાયા, કપોલ પર ઠેરાયા। આત્મદીપક ઓલાયાને ઓષ્ઠના ગુલાબ કરમાયા। કોઈના એ લાડકડા પાસે હળવે પગે સંચરજો, કોઈના એ લાડકડા પાસે હળવે પગે સંચરજો। હળવે ના હૈયા ઉપર કરજોડામણ કરજો, હળવે ના હૈયા ઉપર કરજોડામણ કરજો। પાસે પાસે ધૂપસળી ધરજો, કાનમાં પ્રભુ પદયો ચરજો, પાસે ધૂપસળી ધરજો, કાનમાં પ્રભુ પદયો ચરજો। સહુમતાને ભગીની રે એને ગોદ લેજો ધીરે ધીરે, गोद ले जो धीरे धीरे. એ લાડકડાની પ્રતિમાના સાના પૂજન કરતી. એ લાડકડાની પ્રતિમાના સાના પૂજન કરતી. એની રક્ષા કાર્ય હરનિશ પ્રભુને પાયે પડતી ભાઈ. પ્રભુને પાયે પડતી. ઉર્નિય કાંતે રડતી વિજોગણ હશે દિનો ગણતી. હશે દિનો ગણતી. કંકાવટીએ આંસુ ઘોળી છેલ્લું તિલક કરતા. કંકાવટીએ આંસુ ઘોળી છેલ્લું તિલક કરતા. એને કંઠ વિટાયા હોશ કરબે કંકણ વંતારે. કરબે કંકણ વંતારે. વસમાં વળામણા દેતા બાથ ભીડી બે પળ રે તારે. બાથ ભીડી બે પળ રે તારે. એવી કોઈ પ્રિયાનો પ્રીતમ આજ ચિતા પર પોઢે. આજ ચિતા પર પોઢે. એકલડો ને અણબુઝેલો અગ્ન પીસોડી ઓઢે. એકલલો ને અણબુઝેલો અગન પીસોડી ઓઢે. કોઈના લાડકવાયા ને ચૂમે પાક જ્વલા મોઢે. કોઈના લાડકવાયા ને ચૂમે પાક જ્વલા મોઢે. એની ભસ્માંકિત ભૂમિ પર ચણજો યારસ ખાંભે. એની ભસ્માંકિત ભૂમિ પર ચણજો યારસ ખાંભે. ये पत्थर पर कोतरशो नव कोई कविता लांबी लखजो. खाक पड़े आही कोई ना लाडकवायानी. के लखजो खाक पड़ी आही कोई ना लाडकवायानी. This poem is as a Smarnanjali, Kavyanjali to our Sri late Shahid Bipin Rawatji, which is very lost to our country. So this will written in a very Karun Ras. So I will tribute all the Shahid along with Bipin Rawatji yesterday in the service of nation. Now I invite all the participants to the fourth day and second last day of our STTP on energy and utility system. Mr. Hetal Kumar Shah sir is the honorable speaker for today, and he will have to join just within 5-2 minutes till we may have to wait him, and after his joining we immediately start the session. Thank you. Either Seth sir or Bhatt sir requested to make Hetal Kumar Shah sir as and when he will have joined the meeting.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You are welcome, Hetal sir, in the Government Engineering College Dahod FDP program on the energy and utilities. Participant, please join. Sir is arriving as expert today. Welcome, sir. Do you hear my voice? Your picture is available on our screen, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So I will now introduce our speaker Hetal Kumar Shah, sir, as an expertise of our today's lecture. He will deliver today his expert session on the topic setting of utility scale in the wind farm and its current scenario. So we go through the biodata of Hetal Kumar Shah sir. One more thing, Mr. Hetal Kumar Shah sir is the industrial advisory member of the Government Engineering College Dahod. We may have take benefit of his experience to our institute for any planning, setting any policies further for to have a continuous evolution and NBA accreditation point of view. So welcome sir in Government Engineering College Dahod on the online mode. Mr. Hetal Kumar Shah sir, having more than 25 years of rich experience in the area of procurement, contracting, manufacturing and production, infrastructural as well as power projects, shipbuilding projects, that kind of project building. Worked with the leading organizations like the Reliance Naval and Engineering Limited, Reliance Infrastructure, Reliance Power Limited, Suzlon. States are requested to mute the all make the Hetal Kumar Shah sir as a president. Aqua Philsafe and Helicon Engineering Corporation Limited. Sir has completed his Bachelor of Engineering degree
Access નથી જોઈ.
from North Gujarat University, Gujarat, in the tenure of 1989 to 1994. Sir has completed his Master of Engineering in the Machine Design from Sardar Patel University in 1998. Executive program in applied certificate program for export management from Confederation of Indian Industry in the year 2017 and 18. Now I will invite and hand over session to sir for the taking expert session. Welcome.
તમારે બોલવાનું નહીં.
સ્લાઇડ બી નથી દેખાતી.
પૂછ્યું સમરાઇઝ કરીને.
Hello. Good morning to everybody. Can you see my slide?
Yeah, sir, your slide is available. So make please, sir, it full screen so that wall computer monitor will be occupied by it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, the slide is visible.
શું બોલસ?
Full slide.
શું? નહીં
The slide is
સમજાયું.
visible.
Yes, sir. Now make the slide full screen so that
Yeah, okay. Now is it available? Hello.
yes, sir.
Yeah. The slide is visible.
Visible, sir, visible, but make it full screen just by pressing bottommost cupped symbol.
Yeah, I did it.
F4 okay.
Full slide open.
F4 કેવું કઈ સર દબાવવાનું છે
ઉપર F5 હોય છે લગભગ F5 પર બધું જતું ન રહે ઈ વાંધો.
MD sir, your face is also not visible.
This two.
Sir, now slide is available in the full screen mode and your voice
Okay.
is on.
Yeah, okay. So good morning to everybody. The subject is on setting up of utility scale wind farm power project and its current scenario. Let us go with the basics of wind power. Normally, normally when the wind flows and passing through the diffuser, the principle of the wind power is the passing of wind through the through the diffuser. So the wind which is cutting is the amount of the wind which is cutting from the inner side of the diffuser to the outside. The wind which is cutting out, the capacity of the power which is to be generated is maximum as per Bell's limit, that is 59% as per theoretical conventional theory. So one can extract maximum 59% of the one power from the eco. The fraction of the capacity factor and power curve. Mainly the wind power is being measured in the capacity factor, that is average power output being generated by the turbine and total rated power. It normally for year round the output is being measured based
Respected sir,
on their its rated power.
sir, your both the mic are working, so you
Make one
put
mic
off another mic on silent mode so that echo will not come to the participant, because both the mics are in operation. So put off one mic.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes sir,
Now,
now it is okay sir, now it is okay.
hello.
Yes sir, still both the mics are on, so the device in which you are presenting the PPT should be put off its volume button so that echo will not be transmitted to the participant.
Okay. Hello. Now echo is
Now no echo sir, you may present now.
okay. So the capacity factor is based on the average output, the real output of the turbine divided by the rated output. Likewise, that is currently in market the the various type of wind turbines capacities are available. That is megawatt series of the turbines. 1 megawatt, 1.25 megawatt, 2 megawatt, and 2.5 megawatt are generally available in Indian market. So they normally generate maximum 25 to 30% of the power output. And the characteristics of the wind turbine is measured under power curve, and it comprises of the wind speed is measured. The power is measured under various kind of wind, various steps of wind. The power is measured under various steps of wind speeds at hub height. What is hub height? Hub height is the height of the turbine where the rotor is connected. That is the center point of the nacelle. We will get into it in details in the wind turbines parts. So I will discuss it about the parts in detail later. So the wind speed measured at hub height versus wind power gives the power curve. Here the characteristics of the power curve of 1500 kilowatt wind turbine is given, and the rated power is 1500 megawatt, 1500 kilowatt. So normally the cutting, the start, the power giving will start at the rated at the cutting speed at around 2.5 to 3 meter per second. And before that, the turbine works as a motor, means it consumes the power. So there is it didn't generate the power, but after that, once the cutting will start, means the turbine starts generating power, you will measure the generator power from 3 meter per second to up to rated wind speed. Here the rated wind speed is 12 to 13 meter per second, and rated power here is 1500 kilowatt. So after that, the power is blocked up to 15, means it has not to move beyond that, because the turbine is rated or designed for that much power only. It can go up to for up to 600 kilowatt, 700 kilowatt for instantly, but average of that 60 minutes averages will remain up to 1500 kilowatt only. Similarly, here wind frequency distribution for year-round data for various beams of wind is measured, and that is measured by the metmast for before setting of the wind farm, and even after the setting of the wind farm or wind turbine, and parallelly there are 2-3 metmasts are being set up over the wind farm, so you can measure the performance of the wind farm or wind turbine.
Sir, please make a presentation in full screen mode so that larger font size will be available to the screen, sir.
Okay.
Now it is perfect, sir. Exactly okay.
here you can see what is cut-in wind speed and what is cut-out wind. Cut-in wind speed is the speed where the turbine starts the generating power, and that is a small amount of power where it starts. And cut-out wind speed is the speed when wind turbine is cut off the rated power. So after that, the turbine will it is designed at the cutout wind speed for the safety of the turbine. The type of forces which are used for the designing of the turbine are the lift and drag forces on the lift forces are in the direction of the wind speed, and drag forces are the perpendicular to the wind speed. And based on the airfoil design, the rotor as well as turbine is being designed. Normally, turbines are there are two types of turbine mainly: the horizontal axis and vertical axis. Commercially, horizontal axis turbines are very popularly known, and they have reached up to size of the 5 to 6 megawatt, while the vertical axis turbines are not commercially manufactured, and they are only limited point of view they are manufactured. The difference between a horizontal and vertical axis turbines are: horizontal axis turbines can take maximum load, while the vertical axis turbines are useful in the mainly where the turbulent wind is there. Here you can see the parts of the wind turbine. The foundation, it starts from the foundation, then tower are mainly two types: tubular as well as lattice tower. The tubular tower are nowadays the predominant practice. The tubular towers are manufactured even in steel as well as concrete tower. If the turbine size are increasing up to more than 3 megawatt or more, then concrete towers are nowadays being used. The lattice towers are generally used where the transportation issues are there, because the turbine tower sections are coming in 2 to 3 parts, so the transportation of those long sections is very difficult. So the towers are being manufactured in lattice parts. So they are mainly rectangular or square sections, while the tubular tower are normally conical or circular section. Nacelle. Nacelle is the heart of the wind turbine, which comprises of gearbox, generator, and other power electronics panels. So it is also connected with the main rotor. Uh, Main rotor as well as the hub. Hub is the central part of the rotor where the blades are connected. In a commercial wind turbine, mainly 3 blades are popular. The nacelle comprises of drivetrain, which has gearbox and generator. And nowadays, the generators are coming synchronous as well as asynchronous. The asynchronous generator, are multiple generators, and they don't have gearboxes. So they are directly coupled DC generator, and they have lots of power electronics in which they have minimum wear and tear, while synchronous generator are AC generator, and they are connected with the gearbox. Other electronics and controls are yaw mechanism. Yaw mechanism, what is yaw? Yaw is the mechanism which used to rotate the wind turbine in the specific wind direction based on the wind vane and anemometer directions. The wind turbine can rotate up to 720 degree in either of the direct, and after that it can give the error and it will stop. So it will give the alarm, and it can be reversely rotated. So there the cables are running from the bottom panel to the generator, which cannot be damaged. Then pitch mechanism. Pitch pitch is normally used the term for the rotating of the blade for the maximum incoming wind capacity. So there are two types of pitch based turbine, where there is a fixed pitch and there is a variable pitch. The fixed pitch blades turbines, the blades are directly fixed based on the site characteristics and wind profile for the maximum generations. So wind farms are designed in such a manner that the wind farm can generate maximum generation. Even sometime in fixed pitch rotor generator, the blades pitch are being set 1 or 2 times in a year so that they can give the maximum generation. While the variable pitch, there is a power electronics within the hub. Hub is the conical part in which the panels, power electronics panels are there for controlling the blade movements or mechanism. There are electronics and controls for the cooling of the temperatures within the nacelle, within the gearbox oil, as well as there are also electronics for the safety of the turbine. There are two, as already said, there are two types of generator: synchronous and asynchronous. The synchronous generators are mainly manufactured by the Enercon, and the asynchronous induction generator are mainly available from Suzlon and then Energy Micro. Nowadays maximum turbines whichever is available are with the induction generators only. Considering the higher cost as well as the too many electronics within the synchronous generator, so that there are lots of errors or failures coming due to Indian grid. So in India, majority manufacturers have used a synchronous generator except Enercon. The regulation or control of the wind turbines are mainly carried out by various strategies. That is drivetrain spray, means the direct grid connection, that is through synchronous synchronous generators, or indirect grid connection through the asynchronous, that is induction generator, or through blade regulation, that is stall and pitch. The stall regulation have the fixed position of the blade, where angle of attack increases with the wind speed until the stall occurs behind the blade. Means there you can change the angle of the blade from 5 degree to 10 degree maximum till the stall it occur. While the pitch, blade position changes with the wind speed, and there is a control over there. So for the stall type of wind turbine, the first power cow shape would be like this. The characteristic of the power curve would be like the first diagram. While in the pitch wind turbine, the characteristics of the power curve would be like, means the power would be regulated or stalled at fixed power, which is given in the second diagram. Now we will discuss about the how the wind power projects are being set up. It is very important to select the site of the wind turbine or wind farm based on various parameters. First of all, there should be available wind data either from government meteorological department or from weather station. Here in India, CIVET has done a very good analysis or data management for the wind farms, and they have, when I was working with the Suzlon around 2000 to 2005, they have projected around 40 gigawatt of wind potential within India based on their analysis or the data. But nowadays it is projected or increased up to 60 gigawatt. So you can install up to 60 gigawatt of the wind power potential within India based on their data. So while selecting site, the data, the minimum data should be from 3 meter per second to 25 meter per second, and it should have minimum 10 beans of each wind speed. So after that, you have to submit the data and you have to certify the power cow or site based on that data, and after that you can set up a wind farm. Otherwise, the wind farm means if you cannot set up the wind farm at any of the site, because if there wouldn't be any potential there, your project would fail. It should be viable based on previous available data. While setting up the project, you should also have or check the availability of other resources, mainly the logistics to move these heavy parts of the wind turbines, that is blades, nacelle, and rotor. Also, you have to check the nearby evacuation facility, that is nearby substation, and the availability of the specific capacity of the wind power for setting up that power plant. Also, the specific lane or the point which is being procured for setting up the wind turbines should be available either ownership or lease basis. after after checking about the wind potential and availability of the other resources. Now you will move to the setting of the micro siting. That is, micro siting is the process to fixing the wind turbine locations within your site, which will give you maximum generation. The thumb rule for the setting of the wind farm or micro siting is 5D, means 5 times of the rotor diameter in the main wind direction. That is, if you have set up a first row of the winter, the next row should be set up 5 times of the rotor diameter, and longitudinally it should be 7 times of the diameter. That is theoretical thumb rule. However, nowadays there are various softwares which are available, like WindFarmer, which is being generally used for the micrositing of the wind turbines. So you can optimize with the use of the land profile, as well as optimizing the power from the software. Normally, as per thumb rule, per megawatt, roughly 5 to 7 acres of wind land is required. Before setting up of the wind farm, you should have a reliable and confirm power purchase agreement with the utility or third party, so that your investment would be viable. Nowadays, as per commercial decision, if we will go through the minimum requirement of power purchase agreement, the tariff should be, nowadays it is 2.75 rupees per unit to 3 rupees per unit, and it should be minimum 10 years to 15 years. In this picture, you can see the what is the hub height. This is 262 feet from the center of the rotor to the base of the tower. The wind turbine setup will require a very huge concrete foundation is to be prepared. For that, the soil is being prepared with the proper strata. for nowadays for 1 megawatt, roughly 120 meter cube to 240 meter cube of concrete structure is being built. Means concrete is required for the foundation of the winter. Foundation of the wind turbine are mainly the pile foundations where the soil is very not miss.
Respected sir, your voice is not coming. Some problem is
Hello.
there. Yes, now coming, sir.
Coming, no? Yeah. So while carrying out the foundation, it's required proper while you have done the micrositing, the points are being fixed, and accordingly the site is being prepared. Means the, the point wise the roads are being prepared, and the transmission line are being fixed. After that, the point wise foundations are being started, and based on the type of soil, specifically the foundations are being constructed for the turbines. Here the foundation shows the specific goals of the tubular tower, which is being fixed into the foundation. The nearby area is being compacted and prepared for the crane installation of the bottom part of the tower. You can see how the tower piece is being transported from the manufacturer place. Here the bottom part of the tower is being lifted with the help of crane. Also, there is a small cranes are kept for the support of the bottom part of the tower. Normally, The tower is coming in the 3 to 4 parts, and each part is roughly 30 to 40 meters long in case of 100 meters of the tower. You can see the erections, how the erections is being taken place. Now the bottom part is erected. So each tower is having this kind of platform. So after means the tower comprises of the ladder as well as the cables which is going into the nacelle. So the person who is climbing up to the nacelle through the tower, they can stand over this platform and take a rest. So there are 3 to 4 sections of such kind of sections of tower. This is the nacelle erection. So normally the upper cover of the nacelle is being removed and it is lifted through the gearbox and generator. There are hooks over there, and the specific G's will be lifting with the help of the crane. This is the inner view of the nacelle. That is the bottom part of the nacelle, where this is yaw pitch brake. That is locking the nacelle to rotate from either of the direction. And it will allow the rotor and nacelle to align with the wind. This is the hub where the blades are being connected, and blades are connected over in the sides, and the top portion of this hub having nose kind of profile, so that the wind can not be heavy, means the power losses shouldn't be there. So the profile of the top portion of this top portion which is coming in front of the wind should not be affected, so the losses shouldn't be happen. And the bottom portion will be connected to the shaft of the rotor. So the rotor flange is coming is projected outside of the nacelle, and which is connected with the bottom part of the hub. This hub also comprises of three small boxes of power electronic which control the blade rotation or blade movement for the pitching requirement. Now the assembly of the blades or rotor is completed, and the rotor is being lifted. After complete erection of the turbine, the restoration of the site is being done, and also the power electronic commissioning, as well as the sensor fittings are being done. After that, the turbine connected with the grid is being checked. Thumb rule of the economics of the wind turbine. Here you can see that tower, rotor, and gearbox comprises of maximum percentage. That is 70% of the wind turbine economics is governed by tower, rotor, and gearbox only. Based on the MNRE or CIVET guidelines, you have to certify your wind turbine, and then you can market it. Otherwise, it cannot be. So for every size and type of the turbine, you have to first of all give the application to the CIVET that you want to certify your specific turbine. So turbine is being tested based on IEC guidelines or CVET guidelines. So here mainly they are tested for the power curve, power quality, noise, as well as load measurement. For power curve measurement, they are fixing up various sensors, that is mainly the wind vane, anemometer, and that RPM, then various strain gauges, as well as for the noise measurement, the specific based on the guideline, IEC guideline, with the 2.5 meter diameter distance, the noise level is being measured from the turbine, and each bin level, the noise is being measured. Similarly, for the loads are being measured per wind speed and compared with the design, which is being the data is being given to the CVET or GL for the certification of the turbine. After the certification of the turbine, you can market that specific turbine with the specific hub height, with the specific rated power. If the rotor diameter of the wind turbine increases, the power will also increase. Since for 1 megawatt, there are various ranges of models which are certified by the various manufacturers. Like for Suzlon, for 1 megawatt, they have 60 meter hub height, 64 meter hub height, as well as 64 meter rotor diameter, as well as 70 meter rotor diameter. So, though the turbine is rated for the specific power, but the performance of the turbine would have been improved after the certification, and they are more preferred by the customer.
Now, sir, full screen PPT is available.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any question answer session, sir, after to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I invite the participant to ask any query, question, etc. To the expert of the today, Mr. Hital Kumar Shah sir, as we see that sir has a wide experience over to the wind farm energy conservation, as described by today's lecture by the sir. You can continue now, sir. Shah sir, you can continue.
Yeah. You can see. You can see the file which I have projected.
Yes, your
Yes, sir.
yes is available, sir.
This is this is the data which shows that the latest certified turbines by various manufacturers. Here the Regen PowerTech. The model name is Vinces 116 and the rotor diameter is 116.1 and its hub height is 90 meter, and that is a tower of tubular steel, and the capacity of the turbine is 2 megawatt, and it is certified under S class tubular turbulence B class, that is GL standard, or IEC 61400. It is valid up to 7th November 2021. So they might have applied for the recertification of the this turbine. And the same has the another variant, that is Vensis 87, and the rotor diameter of the same turbine is 86.6. So you can see the variation of the rotor diameter 116 to 86.6, and the hub height is 85 meter, and that is the capacity of 1.5 megawatt. So sometimes in India, the classification of the turbine, classification of the wind sites are carried out based on the wind speed, based on the wind speed. So above 7.5 megawatt, they are mainly in the Tamil Nadu. So there you can increase the tower height along with the wind speed. You can limit you have to limit the tower height, but you will get the results with the increase of the tower height. But low wind speed design like Gujarat, Rajasthan, and MP, you can use this 1.5 megawatt of Vinces. You can see other manufacturers as well, that Envision, GE India, they are having 4 versions, and their hub height, you can see in India also their hub height is 130 meter. In Vistas, you can see over here that maximum capacity is 2.4, 2.5, 2.7, 2.1 megawatt in megawatt series. And minimum is 225 225 kilo kilowatt, which is almost obsolete, but because of the old turbines are running, they have kept over here because of its recertification is being otherwise nobody is investing into that small kind of wind turbine. Siemens Gamesa has reached up to 3.4, 3.6 megawatt. Can we go ahead with the question?
Yes, from the committee of the FDP program, I inviting the participants to ask any query question among the presentations to completed till time to ask sir by directly unmuting yourself. Participant, please. Either way you find any difficulty in speaking, please write your questions in the chat box so that I can read your question and put forward to the sir. Okay, sir. There is no query question from the participant. And now I invite our HOD, respected HOD, Dr. D.R. Shah, sir, to provide the vote of thanks to the sir. Okay, from the behalf of organizing committee, I am very thankful. Yes, sir. I am very thankful to the Mr. Hetal Kumar Shah sir for presenting very primary as well as advanced information with regarding to erection and installation of the wind farm in India. So with this expert session, we can get a lot more for the renewable opportunities, especially in the wind side of the Indian subcontinent, how to erect the plant, how to select the site, what are the kinds of stresses to be exerted over to the wind plant, and what are some remedies for the possible cause to be found out during the project initiation. So thank you, sir, for providing your valuable time and effort in educating the participant of this STTP who are participating from all over the India so that to get benefit of knowledge about energy and utility system. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That Hetal Kumar Shah sir is also one of the industrial advisory board of Government Engineering College Dahod, so that we get a lot more benefit from his industrial experience, so that we can frame some policies regarding the future of student for coming next 5 years, 10 years, based on a consultation with suggestions providing by sir. Thank you, sir.
Also, if anybody interested for any industrial visits to the wind farm as well as solar farms, we can arrange jointly with your support. If anybody interested, and practical experience also can be gained.
It is very kindness by the sir that from himself he invited you for any industrial visits for the enhancing the practical knowledge of student with regarding to how the project site can be erected and what are the different criterias for that by seeing the site actually by upon its invitation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now we have put forward the session